How to destroy the illusion of Jagrat, Swapna, or Sushupti. From the highest standpoint of Advaita or non duality, we can say that all the three states, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, are unreal, just as how a rope appears as a snake in dim light. Sri Adi Shankaracharya was a great master of Advaita. In one of his work called Aparokshanubhati, he explained this with a beautiful example. He said, as through the ignorance of the real nature of the rope, the very rope appears in an instant as a snake, so also does pure consciousness appears in the form of the phenomenal universe without undergoing any change. It is like when we see a dream while sleeping. We experience it so real that we cannot deny any of the people, animals, birds, things, situation, feelings, and emotions that we perceive in the dream. But when we wake up, suddenly we realize that none of them were real, but they all were manifestation of our own consciousness. Similarly, whatever material or subtle objects, including feeling of individuality, pain, pleasure, light, darkness, and other dualities we experience in this waking state, is also a dream created by the Shakti of consciousness. This play of the power of consciousness is what is referred to as Maya. Vedanta confirms that it is impossible to know the why and how of Maya, but we can come out of it. Through deep meditation and self inquiry, ancient rishis and yogis of India have discovered the absolute nature of this consciousness as Sat Chit Ananda. In deep sleep, we experience Sat and Ananda, but our Chit is clouded by Avidya, caused by Raga, Dvesha, and Vedavava. Therefore, all spiritual practices are meant for the removal of this ignorance only, which is the root cause of ego. In fact, pure consciousness alone exists, and all other perceptions such as mind, body, people, animals, birds, insects, plants, things, feelings, and emotions are merely illusions like the dream we experience while sleeping. The direct experience of this truth is called self realization, also known as enlightenment, liberation, nirvana, mukti, or moksha. After self realization, the feeling of individuality disappears, and one will begin to see the whole universe and its drama as a long but temporary dream happening within himself. The seer, the sin, and the process of seeing will be recognized as one inseparable pure consciousness or the self only. This state is called as Savikalpa Samadhi. When raga, dvesha, and bhedabhava are eliminated, one will begin to experience bliss spontaneously at all times, untouched by the duality of perceptions. In Savikalpa Samadhi, the samskaras or sense impressions will remain in seed form, and this may cause rebirth in a higher illusionary realm of existence, so they must be removed. A self realized yogi may remain in this state of Savikalpa Samadhi for a long time, but gradually he learns to eliminate all the perceptions of duality at will and abide as pure blissful consciousness. This advanced state of Samadhi is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. A yogi who reaches this state will be able to go beyond the illusions of space and time. This is total realization. Sense impressions are completely destroyed in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and the yogi attains freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Later, the yogi may choose Mahasamadhi. The bubble of life will burst and merge in the infinite ocean of Sat Chit Ananda. Can anyone experience this universe outside of consciousness. No experience is possible without consciousness. Therefore, this universe does not exist outside. All these names and forms are consciousness only. Wherever you may be in your life, your suffering can be certainly reduced if you choose to see this universe and its drama only as a temporary dream happening in your consciousness. Your life will be filled with bliss if you choose to see all these names and forms as your own manifestations, whether they are good or bad. Develop this habit and experience it yourself.